I'd like to talk about happiness and holding happiness at bay and what I mean by that. But before we delve into that, I would like to introduce myself. Hi, I'm Ghazala at the Heart and Soul Cafe. If you've been here before, thank you so much for coming back. And if you're here for the very first time, you're very, very welcome. So happiness, holding happiness at bay. And what do I mean by that? But a lot of us tend to do that. And I really like you to think about this, but I've known people that say things such as, when I achieve that, I'll be happy. So I'll give you some examples in a minute, but if your happiness is somewhere in the distance, standing next to a goal post, so when you reach that goal, that's where happiness will be waiting for you, and you'll be sort of united with happiness. I'd like you to think about that, because some of us can sort of set unrealistic goals, and so we might not ever reach that goal. We might not ever get there. And so are we not going to engage with happiness until that happens? And if we never get there, then what we're going to go through life without experiencing happiness, true happiness. So let's give you some examples. It could be that you think that you're waiting for a promotion, okay? Waiting for a promotion at work, and you believe that you are the right person for this promotion, and you truly deserve this promotion, and your happiness is linked with that. You think, well, when that happens, I'm going to be so happy. And you thinking about that is making you unhappy, if you like, because you haven't actually reached that goal yet. Does that make sense? Another thing could be that you're single, you'd like to settle down and get married and meet somebody, but you haven't met that person yet, and you sort of hold your happiness against that goal. That when I find the perfect match for me, not necessarily the perfect match, but the right person, and I feel that I can settle down and get married and start a family, then I'm going to be happy. That's where happiness is waiting for me. Yeah. And another example might be that a lot of us do, and you know who you are. You've got that dress, the one that's right at the back of the wardrobe, the one that's in a size, maybe 3 sizes smaller than you are right now, let's say. And you say to yourself that when I get back into that dress, and I want to get back into it because I remember the time that I used to wear that dress, etc., etc. So it's linked in with lots of positive emotion, let's say. And you think, well, when I get back into that dress, I'm going to be happy again. Well, the thing is that there's some things that are in your control, and you might get back into that dress. I'm not trying to say that you're never going to get back into that dress. What I'm saying is that our goals need to be sort of realistic, and if we set ourselves up, if we have unrealistic goals, we're really setting ourselves up for failure. And if we set ourselves up for failure, that's not going to be good, because that's going to make us even more unhappy. Does that make sense? So our goals we need to be mindful about our goals. Are they achievable? And you've heard of that saying, haven't you? Reach for the moon, and then you might not get to the moon, but you might get to the stars, and you might be that kind of thing. So reach higher, aim higher, and then you may get somewhere. And I get that, and that's a good thing. But I still feel that it needs to be a realistic goal, and you need to be mindful about, if you are aiming high, then you're mindful about that you know that you've aimed a bit higher, and you will settle for something a little bit less than that. Does that make sense? So, you're not holding out for Brad Pitt to, before you get married. Do you see what I'm trying to say? It's that there needs to be some wriggle room there so that you're not going to be disappointed if you don't get that promotion. If you get something, if you do get promoted, but you're not, getting promoted to general manager, you might get another position that is, maybe a little bit below general manager, but it's still a really, really good promotion, and that you are happy with that. And it's not really about being on the finishing line, is it? It's the journey there. It's the race, if you like, towards the finishing line. It's not, it is somewhere where, you can enjoy that, and you can still have happiness by trying to reach your goals, and not just saying to yourself, I am going to be happy when I'm going to be happy trying to achieve these things, because you'll soon realize, and I think a lot of people realize that, especially youngsters, they can realize that if you do get to that first goal, that happiness moved on to the next goal before you reached it. Yeah. So then you're sort of looking at the next goal. Well, I'm going to be happy when I reach that. And if you do reach that goal, and you'll realize that happiness, it wasn't actually there, it's moved on to the next thing. And it can just go on because you've set yourself up for that. And I think, hopefully you come to the realization that happiness is with you. It's within you. It's not loitering around a goalpost anywhere. It's within you. It's up to you to sort of find that and bring that to the forefront of your mind and your life, because we don't know what's in the future. We don't know if we're going to reach those goals necessarily. So we don't want to tie up our happiness, with goals. Okay. Well, I just wanted to get that off my chest. So I have. I hope you found the content of this video helpful. Please do comment. What do you think? Are you one of those people that has your happiness raveled round a goalpost somewhere, on the hope that you'll reach it, and then that's when you'll be happy? Is that you? And be honest and open, and let's have a chat about that. Thank you for listening to this video. I do hope you found it helpful. Please do, as I say, comment. Please do hit the notification button so that that I have another video out. Please do subscribe. I'm grateful to those of you who have subscribed already to this channel. Thank you so much for doing that. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Until then, please look after your hearts and souls.